Hello, welcome back to my video today. But today we're discussing about 5 simple steps to develop consistency. How can we develop consistency? So that's what we're talking about in this video today. I'm giving you the steps which I find useful or which I've taken that helped me to be more consistent than I've been in the past, because I can't deny I've not really been in the past, but I'm working towards that now, and I thought I'll share you the steps that I've been taking all this while. So simple steps to follow to build up the skills. Number one is reminders, right? So write this down, the steps to build consistency. Number one is reminder, right? So sometimes it's very easy to forget our goals. We have it in our head sometimes. We have this things that we want to do, we just put in our head, and sometimes we just sort of think, oh, it's in my head, I know what I want to do. But sometimes we really do forget though. Like sometimes you set something in your head, and then the next day, because you don't really have it where you can say it, it's all in your head, you can easily just forget it. So the things that I tend to do is that sometimes we have to take our thoughts away from our head and bring it down into writing, make it visible. Like anything you thought you want to do, anything you set your mind to like achieving, write them down. So once you write them down, that can always remind you on the things you've said you wanted to do. So if you're looking at stuff on the paper, you can say, oh yeah, I know I said I wanted to go on this weight loss journey. I know I said I want to start sending 200 emails a day. I know I said I want to make some sales. Anything it might be. But you've had in your head, if you don't bring it down, the days you're feeling tired, you won't really take it serious. But if you've written it down and you look at it, you know what you've got to do, and that way you've got something to remind you, okay, I need to do this. And for me, that's what I do. I usually like to write my stuff down. If you like my tasks for the day, I'll write it down on paper or some apps. You can use the apps. Sometimes I prefer paper. Sometimes I just write it down and put it on my phone again. So I know the things I've got to do the next day, because say like the night before, I've said to myself, okay, I want to go to the gym, I want to make a video, I want to do some research, I've got these things I want to do in my head, and then I go to sleep. The morning after, when I wake up, if I don't have that written down to remind me of the things I've said, I might have lost that mood, because last night I might be feeling, good to go. Yes, this is what I want to do, feeling just positive and whatnot. And the next day, I'm not really feeling like that. I can easily just slip in and be like, fuck it, I don't want to do it anymore. And then you forget it. But because I've written that stuff down, I can go back to it and then see what I've written and realize, actually, this is what I've said I wanted to do, and I've written it down. So there must be a reason why I've written it down. So I must follow up with what I've said. And the more I look at it, the more get him to want to keep going. What I'm trying to say. So number one is reminders. Always write stuff down that can help you, remind you of the goals you've set, right? So number two is reward yourself when you get a small task done, even if it's little, anything it might be. As long as you've got the things done that you said you wanted to do, give yourself some rewards. Like, is it to just go for movies? Is it to just just have a little, whatever it might be? I'm not saying have a cheat meal every day, obviously, no. But any little thing that might be to please yourself, for saying, okay, this is what I get for doing this today. Just always try to get into the habit of rewarding ourselves. What I'm trying to say? Just like when you have a dog, for example. Like if you tell the dog to sit and they sit, then you give it like a little treat to eat. But you do. So next time when you tell them to sit, they sit and they listen. So you reward them for listening. So if we can do that to a dog, why can't we reward ourselves as well? Sometimes when you say, I'm going to do this, and then you do it, give yourself that little reward. So next time it helps you to want to do it again. That's what I do. So number three, two steps we can take to be consistent is mistakes. Mistakes means correcting them. So when we make mistakes, sometimes if you're on a journey to want to lose weight loss or whatever, and then during the weekdays, no cheat meals during the weekdays, but now someone has got a birthday you've got to go to, or whatever reasons happen, you've gone out to eat, cheat meal on a weekday, and now you've gone back on the words you said you wanted to do. Don't take that as a like end of, and it means, oh, I failed today, meaning that's it, my weight journey loss is scrapped, I'm just gonna stop doing that. No, so sometimes it's okay to make mistakes because we're not perfect anyways. Like, everyone makes mistake there and there. But mistakes does not mean discontinuing the things that you've said you said, what you're gonna do. When you make those mistakes, take that as a learning curve. You say, "Oh, cool, I've made a mistake today, but tomorrow I'm gonna get back at it again." Don't just say, "Oh, I've made a mistake," and then I'm just gonna, go back on my words. No. So when you make a mistake, make sure you say, "All right, I fucked up today, but tomorrow I'm gonna get back on it again. Tomorrow I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna eat good. No pizza, no bad food, nothing. Get back at it again." If you get back at it tomorrow, that mistake you made yesterday does not count. If anything, it just makes you more aware to say, okay, next time when someone tells me to come for a party on a weekday, I'm gonna tell them, listen, I want to come, but I can't eat, I can't do whatever. And then you start making, your own rules on how you can go about that. So it makes you more aware for next time not to make those mistakes, not for you to just stop or discontinue the things you said, you've planned to do. So that's number 3. Mistake means correcting them. Doesn't mean discontinuing the thing that you want to do. Number 4, use motivational tools to keep you going. Like the times where you feel burnt out, everyone sometimes feel like you go to the gym and now you're feeling too tired. You just feel like, why am I doing this? And you start to lose focus on why you're doing it. Sometimes you just have to use some things to get you going again. What I tend to do in this time is, when I'm feeling like I don't want to go to the gym or I don't want to do the things I want to do, I'll just go on my phone and look up the people that they've got the things I want to get. So when I look at them, that reminds me of where I want to go. So when I look at the people on, that's got the body I aspire to get, by the time I start feeling, down, like I don't want to do it anymore, I find myself, going away from the goals I've set, I find new source of motivation. I just go up, I look at the profile, I see the chest, the pecs, the biceps, and I'll be like, okay, yeah, I remind myself again on the things I want to get. And then the more I look at them again, that gets me to say, okay, I know why I'm doing this, and I know what I want from this, and it just sort of reminds me again as to what I started in the first place anyways. And like that just gets me to go. So that's number 4. Use motivational tools to keep you going. And then the 5th step, number 5. Number 5, give yourself time to see change. Alright, give yourself time to see changes. Like if you start something, just don't expect to see results the next day. Like whenever you try to do something, understand that it can take time. Understand it doesn't have to mean like I'm gonna see a result the next very day or a week later. You have to understand some things that's good is worth waiting for. So instead of trying to do it only once or twice, do it every day. Do it every day. Like give yourself time to see change. Repetition is the key to consistency. By the time you learn how to do stuff every day, even when you don't feel like it, even when it's raining or whatever, but you get up and you go anyways, that's the key to being consistent. Like you just gotta keep doing it. And when you do it again and again, you can then start seeing results. And then this result won't come if you don't actually give yourself the time to see those changes. If you start training every day, training really hard, and then 2 weeks or even a month, like I'm saying 2 weeks, that's still fresh. Even 6 months is still within early days. So if you're training 6 months and you're still not seeing the full on, 6 months you would see a lot of gains with effect. But you might not be there, but but say you're training 2 weeks or whatever time, and then you're not seeing the gains yet, just don't stop. Give yourself time to say, okay, I know what I'm doing is working. I'm just not saying it yet, but I know it's working inside, because it's got to build. I'll give you an example. When you plant a seed, right? A seed grows first underneath the ground. It has to go with the stem first. The stem goes underneath the ground before it starts coming up. So that little thing you see popping up the ground, the tree coming out, that's not when it started growing. It started growing from the very day you planted it. And then you start watering that plant. Then it started going, getting the stems ready, getting stronger before it pops its head out. But imagine you've planted that seed and you've not seen that little flower come out, and then you start thinking it's not growing, and then you just go and then take it out. You just ruin the plant where you've planted. But because you've given that time, that plant time to grow, That's why you see that plant coming out. So plant needs time to grow. So why do you think we as humans don't need time to grow? So anything you're doing, just understand it takes time. Give yourself time for you to see those changes, okay? That's all I've got for you for today, and I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you come up for the next one again. So make sure you try to apply this, okay? Just don't watch it and just go, oh, like, that's it, done, and you just watch it and forget it. No. I want you to actually take notes. I want you to actually write this stuff down and try to apply them to your own life. It could be, doesn't have to be fitness or whatever. It can be anything in your life. Just make sure you sort of try to write them down to want to learn. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's all I got for you for today. Thank you for watching it, and I hope I do hope you come back to, you know, for more, because there'll be more coming. Okay, this is not it. I'm trying to be consistent as well. Like what I'm telling you right now, preaching, is just not. I'm just not telling you, and I'm going to go, you know, to go play or not doing it. I'm trying to do the same thing I'm telling you right now. Like I want to post videos as much as I can, a lot more, twice a week. That for me to do that, I also need to build the skills of consistency. So like I'm not just giving you thinking, oh, you just start thinking I don't apply that. No, I'll use this as well to want to, you know, be better. So I love you all, and stay good, be peaceful. It's Khan Champ, your boy. Okay, have a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next one. Safe.